I want to start by addressing the elephant in the room, sir. A lot of people did not think it was appropriate for you to be here today. You have pushed false claims about some of your rivals, from Nikki Haley to former President Barack Obama, saying that they were not born in the United States, which is not true. You have told 4 congresswomen of color who were American citizens to go back to where they came from. You have used words like animal and rabid to describe black district attorneys. You've attacked black journalists, calling them a loser, saying the questions that they ask are, quote, stupid and racist. You've had dinner with a white supremacist at your Mar-a-Lago resort. So my question, sir, now that you are asking black supporters to vote for you, why should black voters trust you after you have used language like that?
You know, if you have real journalists asking those questions, he can't handle it.
Right, he melts down.
Yep, he melts down. He loses his shit, particularly if it's a woman asking it of him. If it's a woman of color, oh my God.
You're right.
And,
yeah,
you know, and so maybe it wasn't to say we're going to sabotage him, but it might have been we're going to have somebody ask him real questions. And if he sabotages himself, he sabotages himself. But he's either going to answer difficult questions or he's going to sabotage himself. And that's up to him. And that's the way every journalist should behave, by the way.
Well, first of all, I don't think I've ever been asked a question so in such a horrible manner. First question. You don't even say, hello, how are you? Are you with ABC? Because I think they're a fake news network, a terrible network. And I think it's disgraceful.
I don't think it was a setup. And Rachel Scott did a really good job pointing the questions that she wanted to point at him. Obviously, it made him very uncomfortable.
Nasty woman.
Such a nasty trust fund.
Right. It made him very uncomfortable to try to navigate through these questions. The other thing, too, that really pissed him off, and apparently is the reason why he wouldn't come out on stage for like 35 minutes, is because he kept bitching about that they were going to fact check live while he was speaking. He doesn't want to be fact checked because, you know, fact checking. I
wonder why. What would be the,
Right. But here's the thing is the one moment that I thought, because there's several moments where Rachel Scott asked him a question, he kind of melts down, which everyone's talking about. But this moment here is, I think her name's Faulkner. And I don't watch Fox News that much. Isn't that her name? Faulkner?
I don't know, because I think I read the name. It was either Falk or Faulkner or one of those. It's something like that.
Yeah, I think it's Faulkner.
It's something like that. But I not only do I not watch Fox News, like I mean, I will honestly throw something at the TV if it accidentally comes on. So
she is a very bad host on Fox News. But I will say
she's what some could call a sellout.
Yeah, right. But here's what I'll tell you. This question that she asked in this clip, I actually think has the most long-term ramifications of this campaign in the next 90 days. Everyone knew Trump's a racist. It wasn't surprising he was saying these racist things. But this question here, and this is the reason why in the first 30 minutes, I advocated for Harris to announce her VP pick as soon as possible before the rally next Tuesday. And the reason why is because they need to beat this drum and beat this drum and beat this drum. Listen to the question, but more importantly, listen to how Donald Trump answers it. This is one of the most pivotal, consequential 1 minute of this entire 30-minute or however long he was out there on stage. Listen.
When you look at J.D. Vance, is he ready on day one?
Does he what?
Ready on day one, if he has to be.
I've always had great respect for him, and for the other candidates too.
What?
But
is he dying? Is J.D. dying? He's like,
I know.
Didn't it feel like
what it makes you understand is if you are, you don't even have to be an expert in body language, psychology, and whatever. But the fact that he won't right away say yes tells you everything you need to know, that he already is pissed at J.D. Vance for the coverage he's gotten.
But
because otherwise, right away, it's a yes.
Let me play this and then give me what your one attack would be if you were vice president.
I will say this, and I think this is well documented. Historically, the vice president, in terms of the election, does not have any impact. I mean, virtually no impact.
What?
You have 2 or 3 days where there's a lot of commotion as to who, like you're having it on the Democrat side, who it's going to be. And then that dies down, and it's all about the presidential pick. Virtually never has it mattered. Maybe Lyndon Johnson mattered for different reasons of what we're talking about, not for vote reasons, but for political reasons, other political reasons. But historically, the choice of a vice president makes no difference. You're voting for the president, and You can have a vice president who's outstanding in every way, and I think JD is. I think that all of them would have been, but
all of them. See,
you're not
keeps doing
voting that way. You're voting for the president. You're voting for me.
So what would be your line of attack if you were the vice presidential candidate on the Harris ticket at JD Vance?
I would say Donald Trump doesn't even have confidence in JD Vance. I mean, he basically sat there and backtracked and compared him to a bunch of all of the candidates. So anybody I picked, JD Vance, that's the first thing I would say, right? The second thing I'd say is he basically has said that JD Vance is of no consequence, will not help at all, will not help us win any votes. And the truth of the matter is that that's bullshit too. If you look at history, does the vice presidential pick have a huge effect? No. But can they move in a key swing state or among a key demographic? Can they move it a couple points? And if you're a couple points away from where you need to be, can that be the thing that's the difference maker? Yeah.